BNAP is unfortunately over. I'm really happy with the result of the series. I mean, yeah, sure, it got a little political, but that's not the end of it. You see, I am giving you more in this video, but let me preview this first because I'm doing the full behind the scenes over on Patreon for my Force Captain level patrons, but you know, like, why would I only give them behind the scenes? I mean, the first episode has a very long behind the scenes, so I decided I'm gonna take roughly 10 minutes of that and put it public on YouTube, so you guys can get some closure, know that it's done, and learn a little bit about the backstory and some extra information about the abridged parody that you know and you love, hopefully. I mean, if you don't like it, don't tell me, because fuck you. I put so much effort into the first episode. I believe I put in roughly 40 hours, which is the same amount of time that I put into my very first abridgment ever, or She-Ra Abridged. I really wanted to come out well. I put a lot of thought and so much effort into this. Now, because of time constraints, I'm not going to be putting as much effort into future abridgments. Just a short little announcement before we get into the behind the scenes. That'll be interesting. And yeah, I mean, I'm only going to give you a portion of the episode 1 behind the scenes here because it's literally a 36-minute long video. So I can't show all that on YouTube because you guys probably wouldn't watch it. All of it at least, which would bring my average view duration down, which means it would get promoted less, which is why I'm only doing 10 minutes of it. So I'm gonna go select those clips now and enjoy them. See you soon.
But you're absolutely adorable. Except your voice, which nobody is going to notice.
My life is over. This scene establishes Marie as a black market surgeon who's bad at her job.
I thought I might find you here.
Mr. Floof, what are you doing here? Are all policemen poor?
No, I'm filthy stinking rich. Did I mention you're looking pretty average today? I thought you looked like shit, like a 3 out of 10. But you're more like a 4 out of 9.
Piss off, I'm already in a bad mood.
Hey, I was complimenting you.
You just called me ugly.
No, I didn't.
4 out of 9? You think I look below average, Mr. E-boy looking ass? Go chase your tail.
That reminds me. Your assignment today is...
We're not even at the station yet. The point in this scene is Shuru. He's usually just the biggest asshole in the world, but he's trying to be nice, and that's why he's lowballing, saying like, oh, I thought you'd look like shit, but you look a little bit better than what I thought of you. That's his compliment. But you know, to normal people, that's still not even a compliment. But to him, it passes because that's just what his character is.
I thought I might find you here.
Mr. Floof, what are you doing here? Are all policemen poor?
No, I'm filthy stinking rich. Did I mention you're looking pretty average today? I thought you looked like shit, like a 3 out of 10. But you're more like a 4 out of 9.
Piss off, I'm already in a bad mood.
Hey, I was complimenting you.
You just called me ugly.
No, I didn't.
4 out of 9? You think I look below average, Mr. E-boy looking ass? Go chase your tail.
That reminds me. Your assignment today is...
We're not even at the station yet. The point in this scene is Shuru. He's usually just the biggest asshole in the world, but he's trying to be nice, and that's why he's lowballing, saying like, oh, I thought you'd look like shit, but you look a little bit better than what I thought of you. That's his compliment. But you know, to normal people, that's still not even a compliment. But to him, it passes because that's just what his character is.
Welcome to the Unemployment Service Office. Could you please tell me your previous employment history?
Bartender?
But you're 16.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I was the legal one. So Mitru has a stolen identity from an actual resident of Anima City, and she knows nothing about this person, so she already has a record of arson. So Mitru's just trying to pull stuff out of her ass and see what works, but she doesn't even know anything about the person whose identity she stole. So she just kind of has to improv and act it off and play cool and pretend she knows exactly what she's doing. And here she just gets flustered and then it becomes an oxymoron, like the legal bartender.
Don't worry, I won't tell anyone.
What? Why?
Under one condition.
Oh shit, here we go.
Be my girlfriend.
What?
I thought I could live my life as a lone wolf. But then I found out I was a lonely wolf.
Yeah, I'm just taking the lone wolf stereotype, like, oh, I'm a badass motherfucker who has no emotions and I don't give a shit about anybody other than myself, because I work alone. That was basically Shuru's character in the original, so I was gonna be like, well, the problems with that is he could be lonely. Okay, let's make that the plot point for his new character in the parody, because it's directly making fun of the flaws in his original philosophy. Then you'll die.
I don't wanna die.
Can't relate, kid. I don't remember the origin of this joke. If I said it in a Discord chat, and then I was like, ooh, that's really good, let me write that down. Or if I made like the first half of the joke, and then somebody filled in the blank for the second half, and I'm like, ooh, that was really good, I'm gonna write that down. Or if I made this joke, and then I was like, hey guys, I made this amazing joke, let me show it to you, it's hilarious. And they were all like, big oof, relatable. So yeah. I don't remember how exactly this joke came to be, but it's really short, really fucked up, and I just love it so much. One of my best jokes that I've ever made. That's private information! Get Stalker Boy away from me!
You're being stalked? By whom? I will track them down, bite off their face, and bring back their heart as a symbol of my love.
You're the stalker!
Mr. Floof, are you stalking the new intern?
I'm not an intern, I'm an assistant.
Tomato potato, go jump in a lake, silly tanuki.
I'm a raccoon.
Potato potato.
I love and cherish my girlfriend. I would never stalk her. I would only follow her home to protect her from harm and watch over her as she sleeps to chase away her nightmares.
You should stick to chasing your tail. Michiru is intentionally switching the subject of the conversation from switching it from that to taking the focus back to Mr. Floof, but the Stalker Boy, Mr. Floof, being absolutely not understanding what's going on because he doesn't think he did anything wrong, just takes the situation completely backwards and then incriminates himself in the process, which is the funny, but that it's just because Michiru is trying to take the attention away from herself. Mr. Floof successfully aided in that. Hooray! Finally something good came out of him.
We see here you have one count of arson.
What? Yeah, I accidentally set the employee kitchen on fire. I was making a cake.
I love cake. Are you any good?
Am I any good? Does a dog bark?
Barbara!
What?
Now, hear me out, okay? Remember that time I tried to bake you a birthday cake?
And you set the work kitchen on fire.
Yes.
Are you about to ask me to hire you a personal chef?
I'm sick and tired of dog food. I deserve better.
In the original, Michiru is very adamant that she's a raccoon and not a tanuki until halfway through the series. She's like, I am a tanuki. So I was like, hey, let's just keep that joke going. And her new legal name is Raccoon Girl. And then it gets shortened to Ray. And then they kind of ignore that in the beginning. Yeah, I totally forgot that I gave her the nickname Ray immediately. Well, she wanted to be called Ray, and Mr. Floof totally ignored it and just kept calling her by her real name and whatnot. So, yeah, you know, it was a joke that I tried to start that I forgot that I made, so I wasn't able to follow through on it. You know, it's like when you start talking about something like a movie, and then you go on a tangent about how something else that's outside the movie affected the movie, but then you go from there to another topic that affected that thing, and then you forget that you were talking about the movie in the first place. It's kind of like that, but with comedy. I made this joke and off of something else, and then I forgot to continue talking of the joke and continue playing that out. So the joke just became a discussion, well, a back and forth about other stuff. I mean, I still kept the whole raccoon, not a tanuki bit going on, like go jump in a lake, you silly tanuki, and it's like, I'm a raccoon. I just kept that from the original because I thought that was an actually funny thing that they had in the original that I just wanted to keep using. I wasn't going to throw it away. It was too good to pass it.
What's all that racket?
Nothing.
Mr. Floof, you spit it out right now, boy.
Grrr.
You want to sleep outside tonight?
No.
Then spit it out right now.
I actually did want to make it the interaction between Rose and Shrew, make it so that Mr. Floof is her pet, and they don't really live together, but like they also hang out.
Oh.
He hangs out at her place quite a bit, and I don't do you. It's just really awkward, you know? I just had to make it as awkward as possible, and giving them this owner and pet relationship really layered it on a lot more thick than, oh, corrupt politician and corrupt cop. There we go. Also, that's also the slave and master kind of thing. And then I just make it even worse in later episodes. In episode 4, when you find out, I don't know, spoilers for the next 10 seconds. 3, 2, okay, so they also have sex, kinky anal sex, despite their age difference. Okay, you have successfully avoided the spoiler if you fast forwarded. Thank you for doing that. Moving on to the next clip now.